many countries have tried and failed to copy what makes Filipinos special. From exporting skilled workers to dominating the world of hospitality and outsourcing, nations have attempted to recreate the Filipino magic, but they just end up falling flat on their faces. Why is it so hard to match the Filipino spirit? What makes Filipinos so different, so extraordinary, that no other country can quite capture it? The answer is shocking, and by the end of this video, you'll see just how powerful the Filipino Edge really is. Number 10, Bangladesh. Bangladesh tried to follow the Philippines' success in sending workers abroad to boost its economy, but the plan fell apart fast. One big problem? The country's weak banking system made it difficult for workers to send money home safely and quickly. Unlike the Philippines, which has a smooth, reliable process for handling remittances, Bangladesh struggled with delays and inefficiencies, making things frustrating for both workers and their families. Another huge issue was the lack of agreements with major countries that hire foreign workers. Without these deals, job opportunities were limited, and many Bangladeshis faced uncertain futures overseas. Even the training programs were a mess, poorly organized, inconsistent, and not up to global standards. As a result, many workers arrived in foreign countries unprepared, leading to unstable jobs, poor conditions, and disappointment. Unlike the Philippines, which built a structured, well-organized system for training and sending workers abroad, Bangladesh's unfocused approach left its workers struggling. This failure proved one thing. Success abroad isn't just about sending people out. It requires strong policies, training, and global partnerships. Number 9, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka tried to follow the Filipino model of sending domestic workers abroad, but things went horribly wrong. Why did it fail? The country's weak worker protection system left migrants facing unsafe conditions, low pay, and even exploitation. Without strong safeguards, many workers suffered, and Sri Lanka's reputation took a massive hit in the eyes of international employers. Unlike the Philippines, which built strong agreements with foreign governments to protect its workers, Sri Lanka failed to secure diplomatic ties. This left its workers vulnerable, with fewer job opportunities and no legal support in case of trouble. Even worse, the country's training programs were nowhere near the global standard. Many Sri Lankan workers lacked the skills that employers demanded, leading to unstable jobs and tough working conditions. Without strong agreements, proper training, and worker protections, Sri Lanka's plan collapsed. This failure proved one thing: success in labor export isn't just about sending workers abroad. It requires a solid system that keeps them safe and valued. Number 8, Nepal. Nepal tried to follow the Philippines' success by training workers for jobs abroad, but things did not go as planned. The country lacked proper schools and training centers, leaving many workers unprepared and unqualified for specialized jobs. Because of this, Nepali workers struggled to compete in the global job market and were often stuck with low-paying jobs that offered little security. Another huge problem was the lack of official certifications. Without recognized credentials, many Nepali workers had a hard time gaining the trust of international employers. On top of that, Nepal failed to build strong agreements with major host countries, making it even harder for workers to secure good job opportunities. Meanwhile, the Philippines had already perfected the system. Their workers received world-class training, earned certifications recognized worldwide, and were highly sought after by global employers. Nepal's struggle to create a reliable system proved that success in overseas employment requires more than just sending workers abroad. It takes proper planning, training, and strong international connections. Number 7, India. India tried to follow the Philippines' path by training workers for high-paying jobs in the cruise industry, but things didn't go as planned. One major problem? Lack of proper training. Many Indian workers were not fully prepared to meet the strict standards of luxury cruise lines. Unlike the Philippines, which has specialized hospitality schools, India lacked a structured system to train workers for international service roles. Another big challenge was language and cultural differences. Cruise jobs require fluent communication and excellent service skills, but many Indian workers struggled to adapt. Without strong government-backed training programs and global partnerships, India's efforts fell behind. Meanwhile, Filipino workers excelled because of their natural hospitality, strong English skills, and adaptability to different cultures. India's attempt to dominate the cruise industry exposed a harsh reality. Success doesn't just come from sending workers abroad, it requires investment in proper training, global recognition, and cultural readiness. The Philippines had already mastered the formula, leaving India's efforts to catch up unsuccessful. Number 6. Cambodia. Cambodia tried to copy the Philippines' success in teaching English as a second language, but things quickly fell apart. The biggest problem? Not enough skilled teachers. Many instructors lacked proper training and certifications, which meant students didn't get quality education. Instead of learning fluent, practical English, they were stuck with outdated teaching methods that failed to meet modern standards. Today's students want interactive lessons, real-world practice, and engaging teaching styles. But Cambodian language centers didn't provide that. As a result, students struggled to become fluent, a major problem for those hoping to land jobs in call centers or global industries where English is a must. Without big investments in teacher training and better educational resources, Cambodia's dream of becoming an English as a second language powerhouse failed. Meanwhile, the Philippines continues to dominate the global English as a second language market, thanks to its highly skilled teachers and innovative teaching techniques. This proves that success in the ESL industry isn't just about opening language schools, it's about delivering real results. Number 5, Indonesia. Indonesia tried to follow the Philippines' success in training seafarers and certifying them for global shipping jobs. But things did not go as planned. Their certifications were not recognized by international maritime authorities because they did not meet global standards. As a result, many Indonesian seafarers struggled to get high-paying jobs on international ships. One major issue was the lack of government oversight and poor investment in training centers. Many Indonesian workers were not properly trained for the tough demands of global shipping jobs. This meant they had fewer career opportunities and lower wages compared to Filipino seafarers, who were highly respected worldwide for their skills and professionalism. Unlike the well-structured and globally recognized maritime training programs in the Philippines, Indonesia's efforts appeared messy and underfunded. Their failure proves that success in the shipping industry is not just about sending workers abroad, it requires top-quality training, strong government support, and internationally accepted certifications. The Philippines remains the gold standard in this field, showing why many countries struggle to compete. Number 4, Malaysia. Malaysia tried to copy the Philippines' entertainment industry by training versatile artists who could succeed worldwide. But things didn't go as planned. One big problem? A lack of multilingual talent. Filipino artists are known for their ability to sing, act, and perform in multiple languages, making them highly adaptable to different cultures. In contrast, many Malaysian artists struggled to achieve the same global appeal. This made it hard for them to gain international recognition. Another huge issue was the limited global reach of Malaysian entertainment. Unlike the Philippines, which has strong partnerships and promotional strategies that have helped Filipino stars break into Hollywood and other major markets, Malaysia lacked the same level of international support. Efforts to create crossover stars often failed due to cultural differences and a smaller talent pool. This struggle proves one thing: entertainment success isn't just about talent. It's about cultural adaptability and global connections. The Philippines' entertainment industry continues to shine because of its ability to connect with audiences worldwide, a strength that remains difficult to beat. Number 3, Pakistan. Pakistan tried to copy the Philippines' success in IT and call center outsourcing, but the road was full of massive obstacles. One of the biggest problems? Unstable electricity. Frequent power outages disrupted business operations, making it nearly impossible to provide reliable services to international clients. Another major issue was the lack of specialized business zones for outsourcing. Unlike the Philippines, which built strong infrastructure to support IT and call center industries, Pakistan didn't have the right facilities or government support to attract global companies. This made it difficult for businesses to set up and expand. Language was yet another challenge. Many workers in Pakistan struggled with English fluency and neutral accents, both of which are crucial for call center jobs. Without proper training, Pakistani workers couldn't compete with the highly skilled Filipino workforce. Number 2, Mongolia. Mongolia tried to follow the Philippines' successful nursing programs, but the journey was filled with challenges. One huge problem, the country's harsh climate made it extremely difficult to provide real-life training that matched the conditions of hospitals abroad. Without proper hands-on experience, many Mongolian nurses were not ready for the tough demands of international healthcare jobs. Another big issue was Mongolia's lack of exposure to global healthcare systems. The country had very few partnerships with international organizations, making it hard for Mongolian nurses to gain recognition and secure jobs overseas. Without strong migration pathways, Mongolia struggled to create a steady flow of skilled nurses for the global job market. This failure proves one thing: success in nursing exports requires more than just ambition. The Philippines dominates this field because of its globally recognized nursing programs and strong partnerships with hospitals around the world. Mongolia's struggles show why international integration and hands-on training are key to competing on a global scale. Number 1, the Maldives tried to follow the Philippines' successful strategy of sending skilled workers abroad, but it ran into serious problems. The biggest issue? The country's tiny population. Unlike the Philippines, which has millions of trained workers ready to take on jobs worldwide, the Maldives simply didn't have enough people to make an impact in the global job market. But that wasn't the only problem. Maldivian workers lack the specialized skills and certifications that make Filipinos so in demand. Without proper training and qualifications, they struggled to find high-paying jobs abroad. This made it even harder for the Maldives to compete with other countries dominating the international labor industry. This failure proves one thing: having a large, diverse, and well-trained workforce is key to success in global labor markets. The Philippines remains the leader because it has millions of skilled workers and invests heavily in training programs.